Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the end of the regular season of the SpyParty Competitive League. My name is Taboshi. I am joined by Opie Wrights.
Hey.
And we've got Lazy Bear working as our host/observer this evening. We've got one game for you tonight, and very fittingly, it is the final game played in the Gold Division for the regular season between Sheph and RoyalFlush.
Yeah, this one's pretty exciting because it does determine what the top two of gold will look like. RoyalFlush is unfortunately not playing for anything. He's guaranteed to be sixth place in gold, I believe, either that or fifth. So either way, down near the bottom of the standings. But Shep is playing for a spot in the top two. In fact, playing to win the division. If they can get a win or a draw here, they are in. However, a loss to RoyalFlush would mean that Kadi and Wodar are instead the top two in gold.
So, yeah. This is big time stuff for Shep. This is for a spot in the finals.
Yeah, and Shep does come into the set as a little bit of a favorite, just because of the previous performance throughout the season, and we've seen, Shep doing very well last season in bronze. Very strong player, has been doing well, so I would not be surprised to see Shep take home a win here, but it does need to happen to be that top two.
Man is scary, can confirm.
All right, I guess we should probably get on into the draft. If we can put that up on screen, and if I can have that somewhere, I'm sure that I can find it. Why I didn't have it in front of me to start out with, I don't know. But
I know the feeling. Don't worry about it too much. We got
okay.
Shep taking out Tayen, RoyalFlush banning Redwood. So the two big spooky occlusion venues. I guess it could be argued that Aquarium, due to the recent shenaniganry, is a bit spookier than Tayen, but the two really new ones already out.
Yeah, for sure. Tayen and Redwoods are probably the ones that snipers are most uncomfortable on. Aquarium has been kind of more recent in terms of like its cheese and in how it favors the spy. But those two are definitely the ones that a lot of people are very, very uncomfortable with and haven't played as much, so not surprised to see those banned.
Shep restricts Ballroom 4 of 8. RoyalFlush restricts Terrace 3 of 8. And it looks like they both picked into each other's restrictions. So what restriction means, for those of you who don't know, is you cannot pick that map as your doubled venue. You can only pick it as the second venue you pick in the draft, and only gets played once by each side. So we start with Shep picking up Pub 3 of 6 as the doubled venue, and RoyalFlush picking up Courtyard 4 of 7 as the doubled venue.
Yeah, these are both pretty, I'd say sniper favored venues. Pub any 3 of 6 with inspecs off. That is the restriction. You have to have inspecs off on Pub. Is sort of meant to be a replication of Pub 4 of 7, except everyone has inspecs, make it a little bit more difficult on the sniper. However, due to the lower guest count than Pub 4 of 7, it has kind of been in like the sniper's ballpark. It's just not enough activity in the venue to really have that effect of the everyone having inspects take any notice of it. While Courtyard is always the classically, like, you got the very, very high viewing angle, and both of these really have high viewing angles, and it's going to be pretty difficult to get things by as a spy, I think.
Absolutely. And after that, Shep picks up Terrace 3 of 6, and RoyalFlush picks up Ballroom 4 of 8, once again picking directly into their opponent's restrictions.
Yeah, and we always talk about how the restrictions are a little bit interesting, because if you just pick into your opponent's restrictions, well, your opponent could see you doing that and decide to restrict something they actually want to play. But in this case, I think it's pretty transparent. Shep has banned Ballroom for a lot of his SCL career. I believe pretty much banned Ballroom only last season, and only this season has been changing that up. So it's not surprising to see the ballroom restrict, and I'm not surprised to see RoyalFlush pick it.
All right, so with that all being said, let's get right on into things. We're starting things out with RoyalFlush on the spy side of pub, any 3 of 6, again with no inspect. Shep is opening things up on the sniper side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, and with pub 3 of 6, as I said, the difficulty is always going to be where you find your hard intel. It's very much like Courtyard in that respect, where you're pretty much gonna get contact, you're pretty much gonna get flirt, and it's all about what are you going to make happen on the hardtail. And pub, I think, has a little bit more leeway in figuring that kind of thing out because it is a bar venue, and you have a lot more control over the purloin when it's bar versus when it's tray. Tray, you're a little bit more at the mercy of green tests versus white tests, of how many people reject versus how many people accept drinks, things like that. So we could see some kind of play here from RoyalFlush trying to go after that bar visit, but we don't have any progress yet.
Wasn't a ton to do at the beginning of the party. Double Agent was at bar, the seduction target was at a statue, the ambassador was all the way in the far conversation, so there wasn't that much to do, but now things are starting to pick up. We've got 34% on the flirt. The contact is occurring as
Banana
I
bread.
speak.
You gonna say banana bread with them?
And that's just the 2 lowlights. That's a pretty strong contact.
Strong contact, only 2 lowlights. However, one of the people who were out was the SDA, which means that only 2 lowlights, not 3. However, we're gonna see a bunch of highlights for. Are you seeing the same thing?
I
Oh,
do
yeah.
not know what is happening right now.
Some floating going on.
That was interesting.
Either way, green test on the second flirt brings up to 76%. Little bit of a distance there, but the green test is absolutely going to make up for it.
Yeah, one more flirt at any reasonable distance will do it, but our ST is going to walk away from us. The problem is, we're this highlight for contact, and we're still looking for our hardtail. We're still looking for how we're going to finish out this game without getting shot, and fingerprints don't really appear to be on the table. The only fingerprintable object, I believe, in this venue is currently that briefcase, and it's going to be difficult now as Pearl puts it down. Not to mention we need 2 of them anyways. Ambassador going to be putting that on the bar as well, so we could try to go after that if we want to go for that green test on the briefcase rather, but it just doesn't seem that big of a.
Coming across, not a good time for it. Shep had the perfect angle to see that arm go out. There's a long delay between the shot and the end of the game, but we saw a little bit of laggy weirdness earlier on as well. Doesn't change the result of the game. Shep makes it happen in game number 1.
That's what's so difficult, because bugs on pub are brutal, especially with so few people to be watching. And it was a fine attempt by RoyalFlush, but when it's just a bug walking by the ambassador when they've just been standing there for a little while, there's nothing really special about that bug, and a sniper like Shep is always going to be looking for it, and just we get shot for it.
All right, let's see how Shep is able to play things on the spy side with a somewhat larger character. RoyalFlush on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And same problem for Shep here, although the problem may become not one in a bit. The ambassador is nearby. We could go for the standing bug, but it's not in the cards, it would seem. Maybe we were just out of range there. We could have also tried a wrong arm bug out of that conversation. The problem with that is that the sniper angle is very, very easy to manipulate on pub, so trying to wrong arm away from the sniper could just be waving at them, depending on the angle. So Shep does not decide to go for it here.
Also opened the game in conversation with the double agent, but too many people out of conversations to risk it. Goes to the bar instead, picks up a delegate on the purloin, and then a briefcase for the first fingerprint.
Yeah, in fact, the first progress at all in this game. Both of these players not starting out with any flirts early on, which is unusual because usually you see at least that first flirt coming in the first few seconds of the game. It's that default first thing you do while you're looking around for other things to do. So I'm a little bit surprised to not see any of that yet. We're not in trouble quite yet here with the flirt, especially if we are able to hit a green test. That'd be very, very nice for us. We're going to go for it, and yeah, there it is, 51% on the flirt.
Yeah, that green test is very nice to see. Getting that early fingerprint is very nice to see as well, because suddenly you've got a lot more options than you used to have. Delegate goes out as well, but the bit of a rush at the bar, I don't think it'll come off in time. Yep, there's the timer expiring already.
Yeah, there was definitely no way that that was ever going to take, and I think Shep knew it. I think he just wants to create more activity at the bar, force RoyalFlush to pay more attention to who could be delegating in the future, and less attention to
See,
maybe us completing fingerprints. And in the meantime, we've picked up that 2 flirt.
Yeah, getting the seduction target done and squared away. One mission complete. You love to see it, but time is ticking. Going for a second print again from the briefcase. Big highlight coming off. This could be trouble for Shep. They have to find one more mission, and it's probably going to be a contact from somewhere once the double agent stops hanging out in the bar and gets himself contactable.
Yeah,
But
I
even
mean,
that might be his proposition.
we are running low on time here. We might even be going for a swap here as we step into these statues, or we could just be trying to kill time innocently as the double agent does not seem to want to get in these conversations. In fact, joins us here at this statue. So yeah, RoyalFlush looking for this swap. Oh,
There was a big zoom in on the statue early on. Couldn't deke the sniper by waiting until the put down. Goes for the swap and takes a bullet for their troubles. It's 1-1.
yeah, and there is some merit to playing a bit of an unorthodox game where you're doing 2 of these missions that are a bit harder to get by instead of doing a contact or anything like that. Those kind of silent games can be very strong, but on pub where it's hard enough to get away with one of those things, it can be a struggle. And RoyalFlush shows us why. Just shooting straight up for the white swap, already having the highlight for the fingerprints, it would seem, and now going to try to do the same thing on Spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Opening up at the bar once again. Many of the cast members in not particularly favorable position. Oh, just immediately grabs the list. It's a direct purloin off the top of the game. That's not the kind of thing you usually guard just because you don't think of it. You're counting the people who go to the bar, but you're not really looking for the list to disappear.
Yeah, that's really, really interesting. I mean, if the sniper sees it, I mean, obviously you're just dead, right? There's no one else who it could possibly be, and actually we do see one low light at least coming out from this purloin being done, but yeah, here's more. Here's more. Contact will offer even more low lights here, and we are one of, I think, 2 people in Shep's mind who could possibly have done this, and we need flirt.
2 highlights, 2 neutral lights. Everybody else in the party is low lit. But all we need now is the flirt. So if we can get the seduction target, well, not able to get the Jedi mind trick into our conversation circle, but this is still very doable for RoyalFlush. It was a bold move off the top of the game, but it seems like it might just work out. No, the 2 talks come off at the same time, and that's all Shep needs to take the shot. That I thought RoyalFlush was going to get a game up there.
Well, the main problem with having that kind of very, very narrowed down party early on, even when you only need flirt, and especially on pub, there are 4 conversations on pub. Count them, 4, and there are, I believe, 12 people in this venue, 13 perhaps. There are not many, like it's very, very clear when you're following someone around, especially when you are one of the only suspects. And we don't even need to wait that long for it, Shep says. Shep says, all right, I'm pretty sure this is a suspicious enough to be shooting for, and just goes for it, and it is correct. RoyalFlush does not make the cheeky spy win happen with that Purloin, even if it was caught a little bit late.
Now it's Shep on the spy side once more, this time playing as the prince. On the spy side of Pub, RoyalFlush on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Prince Duke, he's always some kind of royalty, but and he's shown it given that we're having Disney walk up right next to us and in fact try to flirt with us. Trying to get maybe get a snag of that inheritance, huh?
Green time ad off the top of the game is very interesting, but the seduction target joins us back at the bar once again.
Yeah, and picks up a highlight for it, no less.
That's awesome. I honestly think Shep's highlight was just to remember who Walt there has been following, but the two flirt has come off as well. So that is the best start Shep could have possibly asked for.
Yeah, absolutely. Just your ST coming to you twice, and then you getting the two flirt. You never need to go buy them again. It's just like picture perfect, really. And you really can't be. Hold on. We've been paying attention to the lights on the party, but we haven't been on us. But we haven't really been paying attention to the lights on this party.
What is happening?
Everyone is low lit, but us two.
He called the time ad, I think, because both were at Windows.
That might be it.
Oh, the time at the start of the game. That makes a lot of sense.
And I think Disney is a much, much bigger suspect.
I agree, 100%.
So
I think he
even
hates
with it
Disney.
down 2 and a bit of an awkward bounce out of that briefcase, Shep's actually in a pretty good position here. If he just plays it slow, the fake contact.
Disney's dead here.
He knows if RoyalFlush doesn't take the shot here, and he's not taking the shot, it doesn't look like.
Yet, but Disney continues to be suspicious.
There it is. That's all RoyalFlush needed. That's incredible.
Yeah, that shot was a little bit mistimed, given that it was over 10 seconds after the contact came off, and there were no other actions that could have completed missions there. But just think like the amount of suspicion as Disney does this, potential green time ad, chases their seduction target, quote unquote, and then contacts while the other one doesn't have a reel. Like, that's just so hard to ignore for RoyalFlush, and that means that Shep goes up 3-1. In a game where it looked like we might be in trouble. We definitely could not have completed that game, I don't think. It just wasn't in the cards, down to 2 people, but Shep realizes just how suspicious their ST is and managed to make it happen.
Yeah, huge props to Shep for realizing that Disney was suspicious enough to probably just get shot for a contact.
Yeah, and now Shep just needs 3 more games to make top 2. Up 3-1 in the set, feeling very, very comfortable. RoyalFlush going to try to deny it, but doing that from the spy side of Courtyard is going to take some doing, so we'll see how RoyalFlush can manage it in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, if RoyalFlush is able to split this map, he's got Terrace and Ballroom to look forward to, both places where it's much easier to make up a little bit of ground than a map like Courtyard. Starts things off in conversation with the seduction target and the double agent, though, and picks up 34% on the flirt while he is at it, and the contact, and the banana split.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get a low light for it, and we're even going to get some a watch second here. I feel like we could have used that as distraction for a potential bug. That's exactly the kind of thing that you really want to be making happen on Courtyard, because it really is just all about the hard tell on Courtyard. We're picking up these inspects, we're getting the highlight that everyone. Speaking of hard tell, there's a green swap.
What? Okay, so It was flirt into contact into time ad into inspect into green swap into bug with almost 3 minutes left to play in a game that starts with 3 minutes and 15 on the clock.
Yeah, that bug may have been a tad overzealous. I think that if we had just gone to continue our flirt, it would have been a much harder shot for Shep to take. Because at that point, you like when there's so much time left on the clock, it can be really, really difficult to believe, hey, they're actually done. I need to be shooting. And the idea behind this bug is to do the same thing, right? But there's just so much time for them to evaluate that path, even if they don't see the hand itself, because it's a green swap. And in this case, it just gets seen immediately, and doesn't manage to make that spy one happen. Although I appreciate the rush.
Yeah, I feel like the only way through that game was just banking on Shep not being confident enough in the green swap to shoot for a flirt. But
Yeah.
didn't wind up working out. Shep picks up a quick and easy sniper win, and now is on the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, and the psychological benefit of a very quick win where you just shoot the spy for a hard tell that you completely saw and had no doubt about, and you really didn't have to do that much work to find the spy, that is something that's sort of underrated and how much that can help you. Because there's a lot of stress to playing a sniper. You have to track a lot of things. You have to be worried about a lot of things. And I think, oh my goodness.
What?
That was
Why?
the
I'm gonna-
time ad. Yeah,
I'm
time
gonna
ad.
assume that shopper was for the time ad, but it's so hard to be shooting confidently for a green time ad.
Yeah. Definitely a good idea to use it to narrow down the party, but if you look up at that clock and it's already slow, like usually you look up there and you get a second to a second and a half of normal speed clock before it really starts to show the slow. But if you look up there and it's already ticking real slow, you've got a second guess, and it just didn't happen this time. So now, Shep with a quick 2 in a row on Courtyard is up 5-1.
Yeah, needs one game anywhere for the rest of the set, and Shep makes top 2 in gold. That's
I believe even if he draws this, it's just top spot in gold.
Yes, exactly. Just a draw will do it. So just one game, anywhere at this point. Doesn't matter. The rest of the set, as long as he wins one game, and if you're gonna win one game, Courtyard Sniper, pretty good spot to be in.
Yep, that's where Shep is at right now. He could lock up the season here and now, book himself a spot in the finals as the top seed from the sniper side of Courtyard in 3, 2, 1, playing it. The bug!
Oh, that bug was
That bug was Shep to book himself a spot in the finals.
That bug was actually so nice from that angle. You look at that, you can barely even see it.
Whoa, it's so good.
Just a tad of the snapback is all it took for Shep to see that bug. That is, especially in the time of chaos, especially when you've got so many people moving around the ambassador, seeing that bug is absolutely incredible. And I think that's a statement that says I deserve to be top spot in gold. I deserve to make this finals.
The bug itself was completely invisible. The only thing you can see is right when Shep stops rotating, Pearls walks past RoyalFlush's shoulder, and you just see that right arm pop up. That's all it is.
Yeah, what an incredible catch by Shep. That, and like, when you get caught for that bug, and I don't know if RoyalFlush looked at the replay afterwards, but you just like, oh, come on, really? You see that and you're like, what can I do? You feel so suffocated. You're like, how am I supposed to get something by someone who's going to see that bug?
That
And
was incredible.
we may not even have a chance for RoyalFlush to get another spy game to try to get something by, because it is match point for Shep.
Yeah, we're talking about like that was the end of the match. That wasn't the end of the match. There's still more to play, but we know the results of Gold Division now, so that's why we're so excited. We still have more to play. Shep on the spy, Flush on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And Wodar is not happy to see it. Wodar is the one that gets knocked out of the top two with Shep drawing or winning this set. Unfortunately, sorry to Wodar. Better luck next time. Is going to take third place in gold. But Shep will be going up against Cotty in the gold finals, and that will decide a lot. Gold finals will decide both who gets an automatic promotion to platinum and who gets a spot in the postseason to go for the SCL championship. We've got a new championship format this season. By the way, we're twitching forward a little bit. The ambassador even is going to join across from us. I believe because of that twitch, we are in range for a standing, but we can go for it.
My God, that was one of the dirtiest bugs I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think we just twitched forward originally just to get closer for our flirt, but the ambassador gives us a very nice opportunity to make another use of that twitch. And since it wasn't caught, the standing bug across convo, those can be absolutely deadly, and Shep has the hard tell without being a suspect.
Speaking of the flirt, by the way, 30% on the first one at a bit of a distance. Wanted to try to make up some ground, so twitched forward, got a green test on the second one up to 81%. It's looking very good. We still have 1 minute and 45 seconds left to play, and the bug has already come off. This is looking great for Shep.
Yeah, I think that if there's no suspicion for this bug at all, I really can't imagine a world in which Shep does not just take this set right here, right now.
There's the contact coming off.
Yeah, we actually see us in a assumed real.
Yeah, going all in on it being real, which is one of the only ways that RoyalFlush might be able to get back into this game. It was a gamble, and it was a successful one, but somehow Shep's still not highlight.
Yeah, I think
as they go to the statues to pick up a pair of inspects. Oh no!
Yeah, so Flush ended up highlighting for real, but we'd already left the conversation we contacted in, so he never saw us in with the double agent, and I think that's just a further committal to the assume real, and that means that even if we weren't already completely winning this game, now it's over, and we even do a nice little BM Purloin, 5 of 7 Courtyard. Whew, that
5 of 7
was
Courtyard and 7-1 in the match. That was a statement.
Absolutely, especially that bug catch in particular. That, like, I don't say it often, but that's a bug I might not have caught. And
yeah,
I look for bugs quite a bit. So just to keep elaborating on the postseason a little bit here, as I was talking about earlier before that incredible cross conversation bug, Shep will be fighting Cotty in the gold finals for both an automatic promotion to platinum for the next season and a shot at winning the SCL championships. It used to be that just the top 2 of Diamond would play in a finals match, and whoever won that would be the SCL champion. But now it is different. Top 3 in Diamond, top 2 in Platinum, and the winner of Gold all go into a bit of a bracket to figure out who is going to be SCL champion, and this is Shep's in.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. So that's what the postseason looks like